And that breaking news, we continue to follow the Caldor fire, which is now threatening much of South Lake Tahoe. Right now, firefighters are going house to house in the Tahoe Basin, trying to protect thousands of properties as the flames inch closer. And now there is word evacuation orders have just been issued in Douglas County, Nevada, extending to the Kingsbury grade.
So here are the latest numbers on the Caldor fire. As the last estimate, CAL FIRE told us this one had burned more than 191,000 acres. Officially, containment right now is at 16%. Remember, that's the amount of the fire that they have surrounded right now. At least 669 structures have already been destroyed.
And let's go to the sky now in Live Copter 3 for an exclusive view above the Caldor fire. This is on the southeast side of the fire, and this is really about as close as we can get to the fire because of the smoke. It's just too dangerous to fly any closer to the fire right now.
So we have live team coverage of the Caldor fire on the ground and in the air, as well as here in our studio. Our team of reporters are stationed at locations around the South Lake Tahoe area.
We have been in several neighborhoods throughout the day today, from Christmas Valley to Myers, along the Pioneer Trail and the city of South Lake Tahoe. Let's begin our team coverage with KCRA 3's Lizzie Mitri live for us in Christmas Valley. What's the situation there, Lizzie?
So right now we're on South Upper Truckee Road near Egret Way, and you're facing west, and we are seeing some fire here in this area. It's mostly on the ground, or at least it had been until just about 5 minutes ago before we started the newscast here. The flames kind of started going up the tree in that area. It does look like they're kind of letting it burn. There are crews staged in this area. We just saw a truck go by and check it out. So they are keeping an eye on it, but we want to show you kind of across the street over here. This is where there are a line of homes. So we did drive almost the entire length of the road about 2 hours ago just to check out how everything was. We didn't see any homes damaged at that point, just crews staged near all the homes just in case they needed to handle any structure protection. We also were in this Christmas Valley area, but on Highway 89 earlier today, so we want to show you what we saw there.
A lot of fire crews are moving through this area on Highway 89. This is facing east of the highway. On the west side, there are homes along Blitzen Road, and about a half-mile south of here, there are more homes near Santa Claus Drive. We saw several of these fires burning along here. Firefighters getting hoses out to try to keep them under control as wind fanned the flames to the north. You can see the flames here start to climb up this tree.
Conserve the water because we don't have a hydrant nearby.
One crew ran out of water and left to go fill up before coming right back again.
So now you're looking up on that hillside towards Highway 50. That's where we were reporting many times throughout the day yesterday, and we saw spot fires kind of jump the highway there. South of here, along that hillside, we were seeing a little bit of flames and smoke, but nothing like we saw yesterday. So that is a good sign. We're also not, right now at least, feeling any strong winds, and it's been a little cooler today. Reporting live in Christmas Valley, Lizzie Mitri, KCRA 3 News.
Okay, good update there, Lizzie. Thank you.
And we continue our team coverage now. Chief Meteorologist Mark Finan tracking where the fire is burning right now and the conditions firefighters are facing.
Yeah, you know, the tricky thing today is where is the fire burning and where is it not burning? Just from the visuals from various cameras as well as from Live Copter 3, we can see those huge pyrocumulus clouds. But the key is, where is the fire burning? Well, here's the current outline. We still have a lot of activity on the southern arm that is burning toward the Kirkwood area, but we'll focus on the area up here along Highway 50 and into the South Lake Tahoe Basin. Now, the mapping that we've got here is the latest, but that was actually from this morning, and these are the areas on the east side of Highway 89, on the east side of Christmas Valley. But we also know that it continues to burn farther to the east. Now, we are also seeing a lot of activity here along Pioneer Trail. We've been showing you some of the neighborhoods here. Last night we were showing you one near the Paradise, Tahoe Paradise area, and then there's this this area here that's a little bit closer to Heavenly. Right now, all of these structures are fine, so what we think is happening is that the fire is actually burning on this hillside well above that area. And if I widen out a little bit, you see the next hillside, that's the Heavenly Ski Resort. So it appears as though the fire is moving in that direction, but it's still going parallel to the Pioneer Trail, and it's very close to that area too. And if I widen out a little bit more, you can see the way the wind is blowing. We have southwesterly wind, and at the airport, not that far away from where Lizzie is, they're reporting a 14-mile-an-hour wind, beginning gust up for around 20. But we have that steady wind that will continue to give this forward momentum. We've been getting gusts up to around 30 up on some of these ridge tops. So it still appears as though the fire is moving toward the Heavenly direction, but so far it's staying above Pioneer Trail. But I'll tell you, it is going to be tricky tracking exactly where this fire is burning through the afternoon and evening. Back to you.
All right, thank you. Now we want to turn our attention to the southeast side of this fire. This is the part that's burning along Highway 88. Live Copter 3 was flying over near this area, flew over Kirkwood earlier today. You can see it is still standing, looks great. We've had a lot of people calling us, asking us about the area. So far, no damage to any homes, condos, or ski lifts in the area. And we do know that Brian Hickey was telling us earlier about how on that side of the fire near Kirkwood, they were able to get in and do a good air attack earlier this morning. So KCRA 3's Brian Hickey reported that during our noon hour, and it was nice to be able to see everything look great around Kirkwood. Now here is a live picture from Live Copter 3 with, of course, a view you'll see only here on KCRA 3. And we're still seeing those huge towering clouds overhead. And let's go ahead and check in with our Live Copter 3 pilot, Dan Oppenheim. So, Dan, what are you seeing out there today, this afternoon?
Well, still looking clear on the southwest side, and like was happening earlier, all the smoke is just being pushed to the east and to the northeast from this fire.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's changed much from the noon hour several hours ago, does it, Dan?
Well, something that has changed is that this fire keeps burning at higher and higher altitude, and what that means for us is that all of the CAL FIRE aircraft keep going higher and higher to fight this fire, and keeps pushing us higher and higher, and we eventually got to a point where we just needed to back away laterally to stay out of their way.
Yeah, so at noon you were flying at about 12,500 feet elevation. What are you flying at right now?
Well, right now we are a little lower than that, but we are approximately 10 miles away from the fire, so we're just separating ourselves from all of that traffic laterally instead of vertically.
Starting to see a little bit more activity on the ground, something that, Brian, during noon, we didn't really see that activity that we're seeing right now, at least from this vantage point. It looks like even beyond that white smoke, there's some dark black smoke, which is always concerning because that could be a structure. Obviously, we don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that's why our photojournalist is zooming in on that, because it does look like that's pretty dark black smoke right now. It had been pretty quiet, it seemed, on this side earlier today, and there was a lot of firefighting aircraft being able to get in there and make some drops today. We even saw some drops out of Silver Lake. They were getting water out of that and really aggressive with it today on this side of the fire. But yeah, that looks like that possibly could be a structure going up right now.
Yeah, there's definitely, you can see the orange glow of some flames there, but there's the smoke is so thick it's hard to even make out those flames, but just barely the hints of orange that you can see. But yeah, you're right. You can see there toward the bottom more of the white smoke, but then also getting into the really dark gray and black smoke in some little pockets there.
Yeah, there is a pretty clear retardant line, though, also right above our red banner that says Caldor Fire. There is a pretty retardant line
right in the middle
there.
of your screen right now.
Yeah. So at least they got that retardant line down there earlier today. So really trying to use these more favorable weather conditions when they can to make as much progress as possible. So hopefully that'll hold when that fire gets to that point, because it's getting pretty close right now. The fire seems to be moving a little bit faster than what it was just several hours ago. The clouds almost seem stagnant, as if we were watching a still picture, whereas if you may recall 2 weeks ago today, the clouds were moving so fast and there was so much movement, it almost looked like it was on time lapse, but it was real time. And it looks like it's starting to pick up right now, but it's so big, it's hard to grasp the enormity of it. Wow, and that gives us even more perspective. All right, thank you, Dan Oppenheim, our Live Copter 3 pilot who has been flying and covering all these fires for us. Again, this fire starting back on, I think it was in the middle of August. It's been burning now
around
for
the 17th.
Yeah, it's been burning for 17 days now, and he's been doing an excellent job flying through all of these conditions for us and making sure to stay at a safe distance. Well, right now, tens of thousands of people are evacuated from South Lake Tahoe. Among those is the city's mayor.
Tamara Wallace says that she was well aware of the wildfire danger for the Tahoe Basin, but she never thought that this fire would reach the city limits.
It had jumped that granite, and now it's in the Lake Tahoe Basin, and homes are threatened and our community is threatened, and I never thought that that was possible.
Let's go out to Pioneer Trail now in South Lake Tahoe. KCRA 3's Brittany Hope is at that location. Brittany, how do things look there?
So we're really in the Sierra House neighborhood right now, right on the south of it, but I want to show you live what's happening here. This is firefighting structure defense happening live for us right now on KCRA 3. You can see that bulldozer right now. We've been watching it taking out some of that lower brush, that fuel, pine cones, pine needles, bushes, even some trees. There's a partner dozer that's right over the little ridge there that you're now not able to see, but these are just two of many that we have seen here in the south side of the Sierra Tahoe neighborhood. And we just talked to CAL FIRE. A PIO was driving on by right before the hit, and he told us what they're doing here is creating these defensible lines, these defensible spaces because of all the neighborhoods. We talked to another firefighter here on the ground, and he said kind of his plan, he's helping coordinate these dozers this afternoon, is once they're finished up here south of Sierra House neighborhood, they're going to keep going to go to all of the neighborhoods until they hit all the way to Heavenly Tahoe. So really wrapping all the way around the east side of this area here. I mean, just behind the neighborhood, you can see how thick and dense all of this fuel is. I do want to show you what else they are trying to protect. I don't know if we can swing the camera around this way a little bit. You're going to see that neighborhood right there. So again, this is the south end of the Sierra House neighborhood. That street you see right there where there is another CAL FIRE unit and another parked bulldozer that looks like they're actually taking out right now to bring on out here. That's High Meadow Trail. All of the homes in this area are safe in this entire neighborhood. So we did the full loop around. It's kind of a circular neighborhood with 6 or 7 different residential trails on the inside. All of these homes are safe, but you can just see from this little cul-de-sac right here on every single block in Sierra House, there are fire crews and electric crews who are working to protect all of these homes. So you have it from here deeper into the forest to right in the heart of the neighborhoods. It is clear that firefighters are concerned about this specific area tonight going into the fire, predicting to see what could happen. Back to you guys.
Brittany, it's great that we're able to give people who live in that area that view, because it is so scary when you don't know what's happening. So great to see all that hard work that they're doing to protect those structures. Thanks, Brittany. We continue our team coverage now with KCRA 3's Stephanie Lynn live in Myers. So Stephanie, how does it look there?
You know, Lisa, it's just sad. It's really sad being out here. It's depressing seeing the town of Myers in this current state. I want to give you a sense of where we are currently in the town. Now, just behind me is South Lake Tahoe. We're right next to Highway 50. Now, this stretch of road, if you were following some of our coverage yesterday here on KCRA 3, you might have seen those shots of bumper-to-bumper traffic. Cars lined up here, gridlocked, as they were trying to evacuate eastbound up Highway 50 towards the state line, which is also up in that direction. For those of you who are from the town of Myers, you're concerned about some of the structures in the area. When we arrived here about an hour ago, we didn't see too much in terms of any burned down buildings. To give you an example here, there's the Getaway Cafe. That's completely intact. Here's the Bob Dog Pizza store, and that's also completely intact. I will tell you, as we were heading up Highway 50, a little bit of a different situation. Everything west of the town of Strawberry appears to be intact, at least as we were traveling down Highway 50, but we hit a big wall of flames around the Twin Bridges area. When I spoke to firefighters there, they were telling me there was an island of flames there. We saw some cabins in that Twin Bridges area completely consumed by fire. And as we were heading further down towards Echo Summit, things seemed to calm down a little bit more, but we did see some burned down structures completely. Another live look here now at Myers. We can see first responders there having their road closures in place. This is a very much fast developing situation here, but I can tell you again that here in Myers, we have not seen much structure damage at all. Reporting live from Myers, Stephanie Lynn, KCRA 3 News.
Okay. All right, Stephanie, thanks for the update there in Myers. So let's go back out to Live Copter 3 again. One more look at the live pictures from Live Copter 3 there. As you can see, the huge amount of smoke that's being forced into the air from this fire, which again, we said started about around the middle of the month on the 14th. So it's been going for about 17 days now. And grab your phone right now, your smartphone. You can open up the camera app, and if you can, scan that QR code there at the bottom left corner of your screen. That'll pop up a link which takes you directly to our article called Caldor Fire, Crews Work to Protect Tahoe Area Homes. And that's where you're going to find all the latest information, evacuation orders, and shelter details. We'll be right back after this.